Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, listeners. This is Devendra Dubey here, and I welcome on
Yeah.
your behalf. Hello, I welcome on
Hello.
behalf Miss Roshni Malandkar. Roshni is a good friend of mine, and let me tell you, she is a singer, she's an author, and also she's a light music vocal coach. I must say that I'm delighted to know and share with you that she is like a third generation singer. She has learned classical and light music from her mother and grandmother. And she's a star, she's a performer. She has participated and performed in various concerts across India and internationally as well. She's also featured in the very famous television channel ZTV on one of their platform. She is an international music teacher. She used to work in Kingdom of Bahrain, where she used to compose her own music and song and teach to the students of different nationality. So from that perspective, she has got fantastic experience of international music and teaching that music as well. Currently, Roshni is working as a professional singer in Mumbai. She continues to perform on various concerts. And the good news is that she is also a light music vocal coach. So that's also good news for people who would like to learn from her, who would like to see her perform and learn directly from her. So again, Roshni, formally welcome you for this short interaction discussion. We'll be chit chatting for some time, and maybe for listener it will be very, I'm sure about it that it will be very value adding for our listeners. So welcome, Roshni.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Devendra, and for that beautiful introduction. Hello, everybody. I'm Roshni here. And yes, today we will chat about my niche and my passion, which is music.
Great. So let's get started, Roshni. So to start with, Roshni, can you share a little bit about your journey and what inspired you to pursue this path?
Yeah, sure. So when I was very young, my mom used to guide me for singing light music, and also my grandmother used to teach me Hindustani classical, the ragas and tals and everything. So I was very fortunate to get both the trainings, Hindustani classical as well as light music, in the comfort of my own home. And I belong to the ancestors of my ancestors are Ananta Fandi Ghola. Many people must be knowing. They were very famous, and they had their own band at that time, many generations back. Ford जसं म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये. So अनंत फंदी घोलप हे माझे पूर्वज आहेत. And I am very much close to music um, through my heredity as well as my upbringing. So I've been really very fortunate, and thank you God for giving me the training right from a very young age in both the streams, light as well as Hindustani classical. After
Great,
that,
great.
yeah. After that, I also took formal training from Suresh Parkaji. It so happened that I was singing in a show at Hotel Trident, and he happened to visit there. And as we all know, there's a huge rush to get into his personal batch or the scholarship batch which he takes, where he teaches personally. So when he heard me singing, he came up to me and he offered me to join him in his batch. So I also got the privilege to learn from him directly in his own batch. Apart from that, since you already mentioned, I taught students of different nationalities. So it was a very beautiful awareness that music is a language which knits all different cultures together. Of course, I'm very proud of Indian music, Hindustani as well as light, but it's like an elixir of life. That's what I would say. And regarding my journey right from my childhood, from inter-school competitions, then inter-college competitions, then international competitions, and the journey went on very smoothly till I became a professional singer, and I got the privilege of singing on different platforms.
Right. Great, great to hear. I'm sure there will be many people who will be inspired by today's discussion, and you have set the stage right from the start. Great. So, Roshni, your performance span across various platforms and countries also. So, what's one memorable experience that stands out for you? Would you like to share something on that?
Yeah, sure. There were these. I've worked in a school also. So in this school, there were very naughty students, and they were Bahrainis. So there was a total language gap, language barrier between them and me, and I was a total stranger to them. And they were big shots with who used to come in chauffeur-driven Mercedes Benzes and everything. So they didn't care a damn about anything in the world. But despite having the language barrier, when I started teaching them music, we found each other get conversing so well, so beautifully that I still have their letters. When I left Bahrain, they had tears in their eyes. So they loved me as a music teacher, and the language of love was music. So we formed such a beautiful bond that amongst the most naughtiest students, and yeah, the surprising thing was their grades started improving. So that was something, which is totally irrelevant if you were to say, but yet very much relevant. So that was a beautiful experience I'll cherish forever.
Great, great news. I think the impact of the music on their grades and their behavior is, I think, we all understand music always has a positive impact on people who are either
Hmm.
practicing or, in fact, even if you are listening to music, your entire mood changes. So I just wanted to check with you, how does it help you? How does it impact your mood and behavior as an individual?
Yeah. So as we know that as human beings, we have stress in everything we do. As in when we grow up, we get burdened by different things, whether it is social pressure, family pressure, work pressure, or responsibilities, and that makes us cranky and worked up. And if our mood is not right, we can do very little in a large amount of time. However, on the other side, if our mood is right, then we are very productive. So the stress level plays a very important role, whether it is a working professional or a student or somebody who's doing something which is full of stress, like maybe office goer or anybody for that matter. And what happens is music is like meditation. So even when I experience mood tantrums or something makes me disturbed, the moment I sit to do my practice, my riyas, everything changes. It's like meditation. So everything, calms down to a very peaceful me. And then I look at the things with a different perspective. I find solutions, I become productive, and everything changes. So music is like meditation. It's a great stress buster for each and every person.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Roshni. Couldn't agree more than that. So, also, it will be great if you can share some specific instance where music has either helped you or someone else which you know has helped that person to overcome a difficult situation.
Yeah, I mean, one of my students was a working professional, and she was having a lot of trouble in her life because she was being stressed out at work. She was not meeting her targets, and this was increasing the pressure between her and her superiors. So she didn't know what to do over there in her workplace. The same mood was carried home. So she was having a stressful life at home also. She was being cranky with her kids. And I realized this quite later when she herself told me. But after learning with me, we shared beautiful online sessions, and I used to teach her light music. And when she immersed herself in, I started explaining the lyrics. I started describing about the different moods in music, different types of songs, different lyrics, how we have to imagine ourselves in that role, what the lyrics of the song are saying. And doing all those things, she used to go into a different world where she used to find a lot of peace. So I didn't realize that, but she used to be very happy and calm. So I was not at all aware of what's going on in her personal life. But then after a matter of like 4 5 months, she told me that, you know what, Roshni, I want to share something personal with you. And since I've started taking lessons from you, my entire world has changed. I've become more productive. I met my targets, and I'm enjoying life with my kids and my husband at home. So her life became very peaceful. So I was really surprised to know that.
I think it's a great news for people specifically whom I want to help with. Basically, I also, help working professional de-stress and have work-life balance and have a holistic, satisfying and fulfilling career. And that's why I think the instance which you have shared, I think it's definitely going to benefit many people. So now we have talked a lot about what has happened, how it has happened, and we are just imagining. And I'm sure that though people who have taken directly classes from you, they have got benefited. But for our listener, if you can sing a song live here, so maybe they will get some, something to cherish just now in the live session. Is it okay
Sure,
with you?
sure. It's in a one line. I would like to say that music is for everybody. Many people have this hesitation in their mind that I don't have a degree, I'm not a Visharad, how will I be able to sing? But I turn normal, regular, ordinary singers and working professionals and people into professional singers with the help of my coaching. So, and light music is something that it is meant for everybody. However, there are certain requirements for light music that it has to have a lot of emotions. So, I'll just sing a short song, a few lines for my audience and you.
Sure.
जरा सी आहट होती है तो दिल सोचता है कहीं ये वो तो नहीं कहीं ये वो तो नहीं कहीं ये वो तो नहीं या
बहुत बहुत ही सुंदर, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा रोशनी, एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर accepting this request of singing live. Very good, very good. I'm very happy to hear you. So while
Thank you. I would, before you end up, thank you for your time, Devendra. I know you are yourself also having a very busy, hectic schedule. So, thank you for your time and thank you to my audience as well.
Yeah, so I'm not closing this discussion, by the way. It's not a final thank you.
All
So,
right.
okay, so there are a few minutes more. So I
Sure.
just wanted to check with you that, you talked about the light vocal music. So is a formal classical training required, or singing can be taken up by anybody as a profession? This question is basically for the people who always wanted to become a professional singer, but maybe could not get a opportunity to do something. So can you share some thoughts on that?
Sure, that's a beautiful question, a very relevant and important question. Many people feel that if you want to become a singer or if you just want to sing, you need to get regular old school training, and which is not the case. I mean, I'm a lover of both Indian classical as well as light, and fortunate enough to get trained in both. However, I have some Visharad students of mine as well who are very much technically trained, of course, if they are Visharads. However, they don't have those uh, essential elements that brings goosebumps on the audiences. So when you sing, you need to touch your audience's hearts. So even it doesn't matter if you're just singing in a small party or a friendly picnic, or if it's on stage, a performance on a stage. But when you sing, you have to pour your heart and soul into it. Otherwise, there's no sense, because everybody doesn't understand the technicalities. We are not going to hear a big Vilambit concert. I mean, that is a totally different field. And the second important thing is, which I would like to say, there are some people who are not even aware that they have this talent in them. I mean, as we always crack a joke, "Ha, yaar, मैं bathroom singer हूँ. I like for time pass I sing and all." But when they come to me, they realize, oh my God, like I never knew I can sing so well. So I have turned very ordinary people into very good singers. So that's something which I would like to share. That music is for everybody. So don't have this hesitation in your mind that nahi, I don't have a certificate, I'm not a Visharad, I haven't attended classical training sessions, so I can't sing. Because there are some different elements which are required, which even classical singers sometimes don't get through their training, which brings that mood into your audience's hearts. So singing should be such that it should touch the hearts and not bound. It should not be bound by certificates.
Yeah, I think, thank you, Roshni. I think this also touch upon what attitude or what quality or the thought process a person should have if he wants, or if he she wants to become a
Yeah.
singer, professional singer. So
Yeah.
coming back to the working professional, can you share a few tips for listener who are working professional and they want to incorporate music into their daily life, which is easily implementable, it doesn't take a lot of effort to start with?
Yeah, to start with, I would like to say the songs which you love to listen, you can try those, singing those. Because whenever we want to sing a song, it should first get into our system. Absorbing it through our ears is the main input that we need. And we also like that genre. There are so many different types of genres, there are so many different types of voices. So I would say the person who enjoys listening to one particular genre should start with that. And in also in that particular genre, there are different levels. I mean, if you take a bhajan, for example. There could be very easy bhajans, and then there could be, levels where the bhajans would have notations and tanas and a different rag or something like that. So, in that particular genre, start with a simple song which you can handle with the tal and sur, and go for it. You can just start singing it and record it and listen to it how it sounds, and then you can improvise on it. And if you need to know exactly what is lacking, then contact me.
Sure. So people find it difficult and they say, I don't have time. I have got a lot of office, I have work, and I'm busy. So, do you have any tip for those people?
Yes, I mean, just half an hour every day would be enough to practice singing. And what happens is it's just like workout. If you neglect your health saying that you don't have time, then it'll take a toll on your health and you won't be able, you'll land up in the hospital or maybe in some doctor's clinic and it'll take even more time. So we have to inculcate some values or some daily practices, some stress busters in your daily life, and give it at least half an hour a day or something for your own self, for your own happiness. And that is like a tonic, that is an elixir of life that gets you going.
So I'm sure people will understand that the importance, like you go to a gym, okay, you go for 2 3 days in a week, you go for it, and then you make your muscle to be healthy and fit physically. So I'm sure music is another tonic, like you mentioned, is also another therapy, another medicine which you need to take slowly,
Absolutely.
maybe 2 3 week 2 3 days in a week, and that you can go ahead.
Absolutely.
So
Correct.
yeah, the last question is, you mentioned that people can take your help, they can join you as a coach. So how do they contact you? Can you give some information about that?
Sure. I have my contacts on the FB account, on my FB account, and I'm very soon launching something special, very tailor-made, custom-made course, because since my online students are increasing, it's becoming difficult to, so I'm thinking more on that part, and I want to give them more of my knowledge and my expertise so that they can enjoy music. And at the end of the month, I'll be starting with new batches of my online coaching, digital coaching also. So they can just keep a watch on my Insta and my Facebook. And I've also given my emails. If they're interested, they can email me on my email ID, which is there on my Facebook and my Insta page. And we can start with it.
Great, great, Roshni. So thank you very much for all the information, all the knowledge, and more specifically the song you sang for us. That was very nice of you. So that's it from my side. I don't have any further question. I don't want to take more time of yours. But if you want to share any closing comment or anything from your side, please go ahead.
No, I would just like to end it with a beautiful statement. First of all, thanks for you and thanks for your time as well. And it was a beautiful interview, short and sweet. And you asked me very interesting questions, which I enjoyed answering. And the one liner that I would like to end it with is music is the strongest form of magic. So do not underestimate it, incorporate it in your life, and your life will change.
Great, great lines to end up. So, listener, viewers, whosoever is watching it live or recording afterwards, these are very, very interesting and important lessons for each one of you. I encourage you to go to Roshni's profile on FB, Insta, if you are interested to know more, learn more. And if you can't find her, please contact me. I can share her, the coordinates from that perspective. So that's it for today.